So I've never given away a key to the city. They're there for a mayor's use and to administer them, and I've never been so moved to do it as I have been by your squad. So, and forgive me for using the wrong terms, like chiefs and squads and deputy chiefs and things. And sometimes I promote people accidentally and demote people accidentally. So, but there's a way to see the world that you can only get from a bicycle. And at the seat of a bike, you can go down a street that you've driven down 100 times, and you'll see things you didn't see from the car. And I think it's part of what's made you such incredible officers and effective officers in our city. That you can, smell wisps in the air of things that might be something you need to check out. You can overhear conversations. You can see subtleties that you don't see from behind a steering wheel. And all of these things, combined with your incredible training and your professionalism and your dedication, have made you incredibly impactful in our city in a way that I don't think we quite get with a window rolled up and a steering wheel in front of us. And I'm grateful that you choose to come to work for Salt Lake City, where the work is both more exciting maybe, but also the hardest and more difficult than anywhere else in the state. And a little bit beyond the state too, for the region. I'm really grateful for you and that you keep coming back. And our city is grateful. And I like reading the watch log, and then I hear stories from Chief about some of the incredible work you've done. And I know early last year, Officer Munoz was out there and witnessed a traffic violation, ended up leading to a search warrant, 3.5 pounds of marijuana seized, weapons, and incredible work done. You guys have done over, 300 arrests in the last year, seized about 3-4 dozen weapons. It's amazing the work that you're doing. And when I was on the city council and hanging out with my CIU at the time at a Liberty Park community conversation, that CIU brought up that the bike squad, we didn't have bike squads. They were eliminated as part of sort of the 2008 recession and all these major budget cuts the city went through under the Becker administration, and they just had not ever been refunded to come back. And it was the circumstances in Liberty Park at the time. This was probably, I don't know, maybe 2016, 2015. And so I found a way to get the council to unanimously support finding money in the budget to bring the bike squad back. Remember that, Chief? Mm-hmm. We did an East Side and a West Side bike squad at the time. And then we've grown that. And ideally, we'd like to keep growing the bike squad. And I'm just so proud of your efforts, and I feel like I have just a tiny bit of background experience of how you're able to do your work, and I'm glad that we've supported that from council level, and my administration is going to keep supporting you. So, can I give you some keys to the city?
Yes.
They don't actually open anything. They're symbolically the like a token of the deep gratitude. They're better than a coffee mug. That's the only other thing I can give you. That's not symbolic. That's like, hey, thanks for visiting me. The key to the city is the token of symbolic gratitude for an individual and for their efforts. And I am so happy to do this for the very first time as the mayor and giving Pioneer Bike Squad keys to the city. So let's put our hands together. Okay, file in here. And then we'll line up and get a picture, okay?
Oh yeah. speak.
I got a good speech.
Yeah, sit down. You gotta stand up for a picture.
Stay over here.
Yes, left up.
Good job. If council members would like to say a few words, or if Chief, if you want to say a few words, Mr. Chair, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I know we have council members coming in too. If you want to.
Well, thank you very much. And I think the mayor said it very well. Your job is incredibly important. It's not always get a lot of praise for it, but it's so vital for us and so vital for the city and our safety and our community. So I very much appreciate all the work you do. You do it with a lot of pride and you work well together. And we're very appreciative of all the great stuff you do, and we look forward to continuing the great work and effort we put forward for the city. So thank you very much.
It's your team.
As the Queen of the West Side, oh, sorry. You all have made transitioning into this job a dream. I appreciate you. This is the place, not just that I represent, but where my kids go to school, where the kids who keep getting dings in the side of my car go to school. And you're protecting the most precious thing I could ever think of when you do your jobs. Thank you for letting me ride along and ask really obnoxious questions. Thank you for patronizing Sabor Latino with me. Thank you for responding to the endless questions that my neighbors ask you about what were you doing on that street at that time with all those cars. And thank you for the continued excellence I know I can expect out of you. Thank you.
And I'd just like to say, it was Sergeant Warner, now Lieutenant Warner, thank you for always answering the bell. Thank you to each of you. I know that we've had a lot of conversations, and we've talked about the work that you're doing and the support that you need, and I want you to know you have our support. You have the support from the mayor and the council and all of us. I just want to tell you thank you from my heart. We ask, when there's something that needs to be done, we come to you guys, and you always answer the bell. You get it done. You take a lot of calls for service. You chase down some of the most violent criminals in our community, and you do it day after day after day. And I just want to tell you thank you from me, from the administration, but most important, to the communities we serve. They're very thankful for the work you do. So thank you much.
Hello, Councilmember Chris Wharton, and I just want to thank you all for coming to all of the meetings that we've been doing for the last couple of years with the North Temple on Fridays, and for helping me be a better council member by understanding what you're doing and understanding the challenges that you're facing and the resources that you need to be able to do your jobs. As council members, we have to. We're only part-time, and I feel like when I'm with my constituents, I'm representing the city to them, and when I'm here at the city, I'm representing my constituents to you and to the government, and that's a really hard job, especially with what we've been through in the last couple of years, and I appreciate so much that you still help me understand and be a better council member, and that you continue to serve our communities and continue to also answer my annoying questions and my feedback. Because I'm not an expert, and I fully admit that. And so I just want to thank you, and I hope you keep doing the great work that you're doing, and know how much we appreciate you. And you can always feel free to come to me as employees of the city and tell me what your experiences are, so that we can do a better job as council members to make sure that we're taking care of you too.
I'm Councilmember Valdemoros. I represent District 4, which is probably where you guys get most of the calls, and I appreciate the work that you guys do, the chief. I don't envy you the calls and the problems that you have to go help resolve. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with several things that might not be police related, but you guys unfortunately have to do it. And with this epidemic, I call it epidemic of drugs and also the mental health issues that our folks are facing. So I'm very appreciative of that. I want to echo what Councilmember Ward said. We're not experts, so we need you guys to tell us what can we do to help you in your jobs. We want the system to be better for you, for us, and for the community, so that we can run a smooth ship here. And so feel free to reach out. I also want to thank the Meisner. He's in here, but he's always so willing to talk to me, to give me feedback, to tell me what's going on as he talks to you, as he drives around and tries to go find solutions for my district. So I appreciate the chief, and I appreciate all of you, and thank you for being part of Solid City.